Hey everybody. Um, there's going to be a delay in my new channel. You know, it's funny, every time when I try to plan out doing something, it just doesn't ever get off the ground the way I want it to. You know, like I started Kathy's, redecorating Kathy's bedroom back when it was her birthday. Well, her birthday was the 19th of June. So that gave me all of July, all of August, and almost now all of September, and it's still not done. She's still in the same room with her sisters. Luckily, they all get along just fine, but it's just, you know, Steve works, and he's so far away, and I'm just really weak and tired all the time. So it just doesn't get done. But it's getting there. It's getting there. Our inspection went just fine. It was one of those situations where you panic. You think, oh my God, do I have everything lined up and in order? You get paperwork. You know, we looked up our rights because we were trying to figure out why we were being harassed, you know, what was going on. We put up new fencing because it turned out that we had strangers walking in our yard where the fence had gone down when we had a huge windstorm. It just was crazy. And we've put up no trespassing signs all over our property. They showed up with 3 SUVs and a sheriff car. They walked all of 12 feet onto our driveway, shook Steve's hand, said, yeah, it looks good, signed off, got in their cars, and left. That's taxpayers' money really going to good work, isn't it? Assholes. Yeah. But it's done. Let's see. Oh, no, I don't. Let me get the bad out of the way. Sorry. Some of you may know from Facebook, although I don't know, only a few people said anything about it. I kind of thought more people would have said something. We had to put our cat Damien down, and that was very hard. We had Damien for 11 years, and when we got him, they said he was 5, took him to the vet, and vet said he's anywhere between 7 and 9 years old. They told us he was 5 because, you know, they wanted to get him adopted. And that was 11 years ago. And he was an old alley cat. He was the kind of cat that obviously at one point had been somebody's work cat. You know what I mean? The kind of cat that lives in a place where there's guys feeding him their bits of lunch. He loved it when somebody whistled. He'd come running. You know, and I mean whistling a song. You know, he was a funny cat. He'd had many animals in his life, had been all over the place, so he had a very long, full life. Friday, he just started having problems walking. And it was to where he finally stopped using his back legs. And when it got to that point, I had him in here with me. We were taking him to the box. We were putting him in this box. He was eating. He was drinking. He was going potty. Everything was fine. But I noticed that he was drinking excessive amounts of water. He took advantage of it and did something that I don't usually let him do, and that was sit with me most of the day. And it's only because he's hot. You know, his body, he was a black cat, and he was heavy, and he was just, I don't know. Cat fur bothers me when it's really close to me. I'm not allergic, but it just makes me feel like my nose has got hair all over it and stuff. But I had him stay with me. He laid on me for most of the day, and I told Steve and the girls that don't be surprised when they took him to the vet that it wasn't something like his kidneys, and it was. His kidneys had just given out. But the peace of mind that we had was that he was not in any pain. In fact, she said, well, he's not in any pain. You can take him home if you want. There's no rush. I couldn't do that to an animal. I'm not going to bring home the cat I love to watch him drag his hind haunches around on the floor. God, that really got to me. I was like, no. I mean, because there was nothing to do. There was absolutely nothing we could do. He was old, So we put him down. They gave him a sedative, and they put him to sleep, and then they gave him the injection. We brought him home. If I sing cold because I'm not crying, it's because I'm trying not to. My father always said, if you cry over stuff like this and fall to pieces, what are you going to do when the really bad stuff happens? And he's right. It's sad, but I can't dwell on it because there's so much other crap in life that I will have to get through. So we buried him on the side yard underneath the pine tree that we planted when we moved here. And so he's in no pain now, and he wasn't in pain, but he's fine. So we're down to the 2 cats, Patrick and Fenton, which isn't the same because we haven't had them nearly the amount of time that we've had Damien. I mean, Damien was it. He was king of the roost, the alpha cat. Let's see. You married a geek when you end up taking a small weekend vacation, like I am this weekend, to San Diego area, because your husband is going to an Hewlett-Packard calculator conference. Geek. I mean, really, so specific. Hewlett-Packard, HP calculators, nobody else's convention, not convention, but conference. They hold them once a year, and this year's a special year, apparently, and he always wanted to go to one, and he was so cute the way he was telling, oh, you should see the pictures. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know they existed. Yeah. And they're always, like up in Oregon or places like that. Yeah, it's really cool. This year it's in San Diego, and he just sits there. And I knew he was waiting for me to say, well, why don't you go? So I said, well, why don't you go? Well, I won't go if you don't go. So I don't know why I'm going. I'm not going to the conference. I'm just going to be staying in the hotel room. But I'm still going. So we're going to leave Friday, and we won't be back until Monday because it goes from I think it was 8 a.m. on Saturday until 5 p.m. on Sunday. Party animals. I said, what do they got? Strippers that have, calculators and strategic places that dance around and slowly remove their numbers. I mean, what kind of conference is this? It's just so weird. But my mind thinks in the oddest areas. I'll have my computer, I'll have my iPad and my Kindle, and I'm sure they'll have cable TV where we're staying at the Regency, so I'll be thoroughly entertained on my own. I think there's anything else to tell. I don't think so. I think that's it. But yeah, my cooking channel, I had so many ideas. I was going to film all month long all these Halloween recipes. Now it looks like I'm going to have to do filming and uploading the days that I'm doing them. Plus, Erica has her birthday on the 1st, and I have a special cake that I am making, a cupcake, which I'm not going to tell so that nobody else jumps ahead of me and films it. I even paid, I think it was like $6 or $8 for an extract that is to be used in this cake that's special, you know, that I've come up with the idea for. And I'm hoping it comes out the way I want it to. You know, I like making stuff up, and sometimes when you make things up, they're not so good. But I figured that I will show the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to cooking. You know, so we'll see. All right, everybody. I hope everybody has a good week, and hopefully things will get rolling over here. At least we got most of the crap out of the way. We are going to be very busy in October because after her birthday, the second weekend after, we are renting giant construction dumpsters and doing massive fall clean out. Steve's finally going to get rid of some stuff for me that I have been begging him to take care of in the garage. We are trimming all the trees. We are doing massive cleanup, and when you got, you know, an acre of land, it's a lot of crap. So it's not junk in the yard. We're not those kind of people. We don't have, you know, we don't put our tires and our shit out for people to see. It's not like that. It's just that the house came with a bunch of crap. I mean, we have a sofa that came with the house that was stuck in the barn. You know, we have tires with wheels attached that were behind that came with the house. There's a huge pile out back of broken up tiles that the previous owner, before he died, had broken out of the back sunroom before he put in outdoor carpeting into it, and just tossed into the far back. Well, I want it out of here because we bought this house on probate, and that was fine. You know, you can leave your junk when it's probate because you're dead. I mean, nobody's going to do anything about it. You buy it as it is, you know. But when we sell the house, when the time comes, hopefully, you know, nobody's going to want our crap. We got to really clean up the place because I don't want to have to deal with it as I get older, and then I'm going, oh, good God, you know, the girls are moved out, and now what am I supposed to do? We're going to do it now, so it's done. So down the road, I don't have to worry about it. If I want to slap a for sale sign on the house, I can do it and not have to run around going, oh, I wish I'd taken care of that, you know, umpteen years ago. You know. All right. Talk to y'all later and some other time. Bye.